Hi, Nathaniel Johnston and Johnston Photography. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Nikon D3300 for focus camera. The Nikon D3300 is a great little consumer camera. It's got all the modes you can want, plus the ability to go full manual, so you can have complete control over all the parameters. It has built-in Wi-Fi with the Nikon Wi-Fi adapter, so you can instantly transfer photos to your smartphone or computer. It also has built-in effects, so you can do interesting things like posterize, sketch, make vivid photos, black and white photos, nighttime photos. You can do all kinds of different things in camera without expensive software like Photoshop. The panorama photo is taken very effectively and easily, and that's good for a lot of consumers. The D3300 feels kind of small and light in my hands. I'm used to professional cameras which are substantially bigger and heavier, but for your average photo enthusiast or somebody with small hands, this is a really good option. It comes in 3 color options: red, which we have here, gray, and black. I like the red, it makes me feel fancy. It's a great lightweight little camera that feels fairly well built for the price point. It's made of plastic, it has a little pop-up flash, it has a built-in diopter adjustment for those of you who are a little nearsighted or a little farsighted. That way you can customize the viewfinder for your vision. It's got all the little things a photo enthusiast would want in a small DSLR camera. The button placement and the menus are all fairly well laid out on this camera. There's even a built-in guide. You turn the dial to guide, and the back of the camera walks you through step by step how to do certain things for those of you who are new to this type of camera. This is an invaluable resource for people that maybe are intimidated by lots of buttons in the newer camera layout. For the casual photo enthusiast who wants to have fun, this is a great camera. Let's go have some fun. You should know is that the Nikon D3300 does not come with hand warmers. And for the photographer who's foolish enough to go out without gloves on like me, you will have cold mitts. One thing that I've noticed is that the light meter on the D3300 gets fooled easily by large, bright backgrounds. A lot of cameras do this, it's not uncommon. In fact, most of them do. But you should note that when you're shooting with this thing, if you're shooting in snowy conditions, under cloudy skies, most of your images are going to be a little underexposed. One thing that's really nice about the Nikon D3300 is that you can do burst shots in sport mode. It allows you to freeze the action really quickly, and it takes a series of photos, I think about as high as 5 frames per second, which is great for sports, for animals, for kids, for anything where you've got a fast-moving subject and you really want to catch the action. A wise person once told me, there's no such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. Note to self, make sure you've got boots when you're shooting in the snow or you'll regret it. Capturing a flying bird in flight, in focus, is always really challenging, but I just managed to pull that off with this camera. I just kept the pointer on the seagull and fired away, and I got some pretty nice pictures. The video mode is pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. This camera is great because it has all auto everything. So you can just put it on that little green button right there and away you go. Up to 1080p 60. For those of you who aren't video geeks, that's good. The ISO goes all the way down to 100, all the way up to 12,000. Expandable all the way to 25,000. You'll probably see some grain at that point, but it's nice to know that you've got the extra ability to shoot in low light. I think my favorite feature with this camera is the built-in special effects. I had a lot of fun playing with it. It's nice to just make fun things on the fly without having to worry too much about getting home and doing it in the computer, and I just had a lot of fun doing it. The Nikon D3300 is for the consumer. Overall, it's a really good, fairly well-built little package. I say fairly well-built because it is definitely plastic. I wouldn't take it out in the rain, you might break it, and I'd be worried about dropping it. That said, I think it's still a good camera. It's aimed right in the middle of the consumer market. It's not priced too high for most people, but it has just enough features in it that it's going to satisfy most users. I'm Nathaniel Johnston and Johnston Photography. Thanks for watching this review of the Nikon D3300 for focus camera. I'll see you next time.